Everything that liberalism stands for will inevitably result in the absolute decay of a society. They want to tear your family apart. They want to tear your community apart. They want to make your society fall, and they're going to make you watch. They get some kind of joy about destroying your life. It's disgusting. Now, one of the most commonly used liberal lines is diversity is our strength. Is it now? Is it really? In what way is that our strength? In what way does diversity make us stronger? The truth is, when you bring in people with different backgrounds, they clash. So many wars have been fought over religion and political differences under just basic moral values. So many people have died because of a difference in moral values. That's what diversity is. It's clumping these people together and saying, work together. No, they're going to fight amongst each other. They will rip each other apart. This is why they want to bring in so many immigrants, because they want to rip our communities apart. When you bring in people that aren't well assimilated, will break apart the traditions that were already in the area, and the people will become more distant from each other. And that is exactly what we are seeing now. People are more distant than ever. And it's not just immigration, obviously. There's been a variety of factors with like social media, for example, getting everybody hooked onto that instead of real life. People are less connected now than ever, and it's not helping that we have a giant immigration crisis right now. A lot of what liberals do, it's like, okay, so they're just doing it because they're dumb and they think that sounds nice. Because it does sound nice, right? I mean, we want people of all kinds with us. It's a nice thing to do. It sounds so kind and so thoughtful. The truth is, it's the exact opposite. Like, why? Look at everything else they do. It's almost all leads to some kind of evil. It all leads to some kind of slippery slope, and it's eventually going to turn out horrible. So why would this be any different? Why would diversity as our strength be any different? It's not. Diversity destroys communities, and we need to get that into our heads. No society can function when people have different basic moral values. They will clash with each other. They will break each other down. They will pull each other down. They will get rid of former traditions. Also, held the community together, of course. Because people can relate with each other when they have like a common set of morals. They get along with each other better. People that have a vastly different moral view of the world, they get along much worse. And immigrants, they come from a very different area, so they have a very different worldview. They have different cultures, different religions, and then they come in, they go into communities, they take jobs, and then on top of that, they just break apart this union, this unity that we had in this country, and it was oh so beautiful. Now, I'm not an absolutist when it comes to no immigration. I don't believe in a no immigration policy to say, but I do think what needs to be limited. Like, we need to make sure that people are getting well assimilated and they're actually interested in the US culture before they come into this country. We don't want everybody and their mother and their father and their sister and their brother and their cousin and their fourth cousin on. We don't need them all here. Why do we need them all here? Because se- as I've been saying throughout this entire video, it destroys community. And why would they want to destroy community, you might be asking? Why would that be of their interest? It's because community is one of the building blocks of society. It goes right along with family. Of course, families make up the community, and then the community makes up the society. It's like well, the second layer, eh? And it's incredibly important that the community has a good unity together because that means they can function together, they work together, the people are happier because people are obviously a social creature. We are very social by nature. So when we get along with each other, we are happier. So when you have a united community, you have a happier community. They get more stuff done because they want to work for each other and with each other. And they can bond over things. And it's just a beautiful thing to have. It's exactly what you need. That is a perfect little town. A town that can bond. A town that has traditions together. A town that is truly and totally united. That is exactly what you need for a functioning wide scale society. You need that type of thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And when it's ripped apart, the society crumbles, obviously. because now the community, it clashes with each other. It can't work together anymore. The people become depressed and unhappy, and they became antisocial. Ringing any bells? Is this anyone familiar to you? I'm sure for many of you, you can relate to this yourself. I'm sure most of you have gone through some stage where you felt lonely and anxious. I mean, I think most of us have gone through some stage in life where we felt like that. And before you find a good community, that's what happens. And when they can destroy your culture, they can destroy the community. When everybody's depressed and split apart, they are easier to control. Because it's really hard to control a bunch of really happy people who really care about each other. But a bunch of depressed people that don't care anymore, you can make them do just about whatever you want, and you can convince them about just about anything. Because they are so depressed, they don't care anymore. And they don't care about each other either, so they aren't willing to fight for each other. They aren't willing to fight for their families, their friends, th- even strangers. When a community is really tight, they'll fight for strangers. Think about that. People went to war for people they didn't even know. They went and died so that we could enjoy freedom. That wouldn't happen anymore. There's not enough people that care, that have this strong sense of community because it's been so destroyed by this idea of diversity is our strength. So you need to reject that. You need to understand that diversity kills. Diversity kills societies and it decays it. Not all forms of diversity is bad, obviously. I mean, it's good to have a mix of different ideas in there, but you don't want a bunch of different cultures because they will rip each other apart and tear each other to shreds until everybody hates each other. And that is a terrible way to live. So reject diversity in such an extreme way that it's been pushed by the liberals. But this has been Strange Investigations. I have been your host, Ron Swanson, signing off once again. If you made it this far, go ahead and like and subscribe. 2 videos a day here with a mix of politics, conspiracies, and self-improvement. So if any of those sound at all interesting to you, go ahead and like and subscribe. But so long, peace out, and God bless y'all.